Welcome back, Captain Rook's Reading Corner. We've been working our way through Treasure Island. Things have been getting real exciting, and we're on Chapter 15. So get yourself a good drink and a comfortable spot. Chapter 15, Pieces of 8. I was now alone upon the ship. The sun was setting, and the sails were flapping in the evening breeze. I pulled down as many sails as I could so that they would not tear in the wind. I had to leave half of them attached. I scurried down the cut anchor rope, softly dropped into the waist-deep water, and waded ashore. I looked back at the Hispaniola. There she lay on her side, with her mainsail trailing in the bay. But she was clear at last from pirates, and ready for our own men to board and get to sea again. I couldn't wait to get to the stockade and boast of my tales. Gradually the night fell blacker. The stars were few and pale. The bright moon rose over Spyglass Hill and lit my way. I came to the fence and looked into the stockade. Not a soul stirred. All was quiet. I climbed over the fence and crawled toward the blockhouse. Then I heard a wonderful sound, the snoring of my friends. At the doorway I stood up and slowly walked through the darkness. With a silent chuckle, I pictured my friends' faces when they would wake in the morning and find me there. My foot struck something. It was a sleeper's leg. He turned and groaned. And then, all of a sudden, a shriek broke forth out of the darkness. "Pieces of 8! Pieces of 8! Pieces of 8!" Silver's green parrot, Captain Flint. I had no time to think. The sleepers awoke and sprang up. The voice of Silver cried, "Who goes?" I turned, ran against one person, turned again, and ran full into the arms of someone else. "Bring a torch, Dick," said Silver. One of the men left and returned with a lighted torch. The red glare lit up the blockhouse. There I saw 6 ill-looking pirates, and none of my friends. There sat the parrot on Long John's shoulder. "So," said he, "here's Jim Hawkins, shiver my timbers. Dropped in like, eh? Quite a pleasant surprise for poor old John." I made no answer. My back was against the wall. I looked Silver in the face, trying to look brave. Silver sat down and filled his pipe. "I've always liked you, Jim, I have," he said. "You're the picture of my own self when I was young and handsome. I always wanted you to join us. Your friends think you've left them. Ungrateful scamp was what the doctor said. They won't have you now. You'll have to join with Captain Silver." "You need an answer, then?" I asked with a trembling voice. My heart beat painfully in my chest. "Well, I have a right to know why you're here, and where my friends are." One of the pirates growled and came at me, but Silver held him back and calmly said, "Yesterday morning, Mr. Hawkins, Dr. Livesey came to our camp with a flag of truce. Says he, 'Captain Silver, the ship's gone.' We looked out, and by thunder, the old ship was gone. 'Well,' says the doctor, 'let's bargain.' We bargained, him and I, and here we are. We have the blockhouse. As for your mates, they've gone off. I don't know where they are." He quietly smoked his pipe. "And now I am to choose," said I. "And now you are to choose," said Silver. "Well," said I, "there's a thing or two I have to tell you. Here you are, ship lost, treasure lost, men lost, and if you want to know who did it, it was I. I was in the apple barrel the night we sighted land, and I heard you, John, and you, Dick Johnson, and Hans, who is now at the bottom of the sea, and told every word you said. And as for the ship, it was I who cut her loose, and it was I who brought her where you'll never see her more, not one of you. The laugh's on my side. I no more fear you than I fear a fly. Kill me if you please, or spare me, but one thing I'll say. If you spare me, then we'll forget the past. And when you fellows are in court for being pirates, I'll save you all if I can. It is for you to choose." I was out of breath. The men sat staring at me like sheep. Then one sprang at me with a knife. "Avast, Tom Morgan!" cried Silver. "Maybe you thought you was cap'n here. Cross me and you'll go to Davy Jones below to feed the fishes." Morgan paused. The pirates murmured angrily. "I like that boy now," Silver went on. "He's more a man than any pair of rats of you in this here house. You'll not lay a hand on him." My heart was still going like a sledgehammer. Here's Tom Morgan charging him with a knife. Silver kept an eye on all the men, who went to the back of the room and talked in whispers. "Pipe up and let me hear you," snapped Silver. A yellow-eyed man spoke up. "Sir, this crew's dissatisfied. This crew has rights like other crews, and this crew wants to step outside for a council." One by one, the pirates saluted Silver and left the blockhouse. I was alone with Silver. That's how it is with pirates. We're democratic. "Now you look here, Jim Hawkins," he said in a steady whisper. "I know the game is up, and that I'll have to join back with the squire. As for that council, why, they'll dispose of me being captain. They will. They're fools and cowards, but I'll save your life from them, lad, if you save Long John from hanging after I join back with your men." "What I can do, that I'll do," I said. "It's a bargain," cried Long John. "Understand me, Jim. I know you've got that ship safe somewheres. How you done it, I don't know, but safe it is. And you and me, we might have done a power of good together." He paused. "Tell me, Jim, why did that doctor give me the map?" My face and mind went blank with surprise. "Ah, well, he did, though," said Silver. "And there's something to fishy to that, Jim, there is." There they are, having a record. The door opened, and the 5 men came in. One man was pushed forward. "Step up, lad," cried Silver. "I won't eat you. Hand it over. I know the rules, I do." The young man passed something to Silver. "The black spot. I thought so," Silver said. "See what's wrote there," said George Mary, the man with yellow eyes. "Then you can talk." "Thank you, George. Well, what is it, anyway? Ah, deposed. That's it, is it? Did you write it, George? You'll be voted captain next, I'm sure." "You're over now, Silver, and you'll maybe step down off that barrel and help vote." "I'm still the captain, till I've had my chance to talk," roared Silver. "After that, we'll see." "You've made a hash of this cruise," snarled George Mary. "You let the enemy go, for nothing. Then you wouldn't let us go at them as they left, and there's this boy." "Is that all?" asked Silver quietly. Then he raised his voice. "Look here, I'll answer to you. Who was it that elected me captain? All of you here. And if you had done like I said at first, we'd have that treasure, and the ship too. I'm too sick to speak to you. I don't know why your mothers let you come to sea." Silver was shouting by now. He wiped sweat from his brow. "So you don't like my bargain with the enemy, eh? You don't even know my bargain. The doctor has agreed to come tend to this ragged lot. You, George, you're feverish from malaria. Your eyes are the colour of lemon peel. You there with your head broke, you'll be glad when the doctor comes. And this boy here, why, shiver my timbers, isn't he a hostage? Kill that boy. Not me, mates. When the rescue ship comes, we'll be glad to have this here hostage. And now, as to why I made the bargain with the squire, well, you came crawling on your knees to me to make it. You was so starved and sick. And there's more. I got this in the bargain." And he threw something down on the floor. It was the map. The pirates leaped upon that map like cats. They laughed and hooted and shouted, "Hooray for Silver! Barbecue for Captain!" "George, I reckon you'll have to wait another turn, friend," said Silver. That was the end of that awful night. Silver stayed as captain, and I stayed alive. Well, that's a bit of a turnaround. Things are getting real exciting. I'll be seeing you next chapter.